Hey, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Now, these storms are growing even stronger, and we have an even more intense threat happening in the beginning of the new year from the next set of storms. If you've never been here before, my name is Mark. I do upload all year long. Make sure you subscribe. Matter of fact, we're the channel that brought this attention to all this severe weather happening over a week ago. Ask the community, they'll tell you yourself. Make sure you subscribe. Now, these storms are starting to get some convection, especially in these little cells that's passing by northern Louisiana, going into Mississippi, and what's going on in Alabama. And these are some nasty little cells. And this is the exact area that these tornadoes are going to be spinning up soon. So I'm going to make sure you have all the information you have, all the timing you need for these storms, and I'm going to show you what's still to come. Make sure to share this information, guys. Let's get people notified. There will be a lot of power outages coming from this, and this storm will come quickly. And remember, all the links are in the description to help save you time. So hit that like button, guys. Let's wake some people up. Let's get them alerted to this weather. And the power outages is getting big for California. They already had 84,000 homes without power, and most of it is Northern California, with the biggest one being in Nevada County. So just prepare, because this will cause power outages, especially that second set coming on the first. Now let's go through the threats that you have, because it has grown greatly, guys. And for your severe weather for today, you have the marginal in the green, the slight risk in the yellow, and now you have an enhanced section right here in this orange. And you do have your tornado threat that has grown also. You have your 2% in the green, you have your 5% in the brown, and you have a big 10% chance for tornadoes in this yellow. And here's your cities and your states in a tornado risk for today. For tomorrow, this severe weather will go to the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, and it is for tornadoes, guys. You have a chance for tornadoes all the way from Louisiana all the way to Raleigh, North Carolina, to the edge of Virginia for tomorrow. This is going to be a strong storm. Here's your cities and your states for the tornado risk for tomorrow. For Friday, your severe weather is a big marginal area and a big slight risk also, and this will be for severe weather. This is going to be for tornadoes, guys. You have a big 5% chance in all this brown and a big 15% chance in all this yellow. And here's your severe weather risk for Friday, your cities and your states. For Saturday, the 15% chance for severe weather, going to be for tornadoes, has grown even bigger. This is going to be a big severe weather event. And then when we get into the first and the second, it is going to be huge. A lot stronger than what we're dealing with now. Here's your cities and your states for your severe weather risk for Saturday. Make sure to share this video, guys. We got to wake some people up. These storms are still going to train down to Southern California. If you didn't see, I showed you yesterday. Go watch yesterday's video. Go watch the videos all the way from a week ago, guys. We were first to be notified on this channel about the severe weather. And this is how I do for hurricane season as well. So if you'd like to be notified early, make sure to subscribe. But you are in a marginal and a slight risk for flash flooding, once again, for Southern California. And most of it yesterday showed to be around Los Angeles. Today, you have a marginal risk for flash flooding in all this green and a slight risk for flash flooding in this yellow, mostly for Tennessee. For tomorrow, the marginal risk and the slight risk for flash flooding is going to stay in Southern California, because this strong system coming from the southwest will carry over and bring our next severe weather event. And it's going to bring storms and rainfall to northern Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. It's going to come in with a lot of force. And as it comes by for Friday into Saturday, you're in a marginal for flash flooding right here for Arizona. And you have a big marginal area and a slight risk for flash flooding for Saturday. This is going to be rinse and repeat over and over. And then we're going to get the storms on the first and the second, and it's going to be even more. Now you can see here at your 500 millibar height, when you look at your winds, you can see that the winds start to pick up for today and tomorrow. This is a lot of wind shear. This is what creates your thunderstorms. When you have your 10-meter winds going from south to north, you have your winds at the 850 millibars going from southwest to northeast. That will give it the tug it needs to get the rotation and create these tornadoes, guys. And you can see how it's not too severe. But as we get the one on the first and the second, and upper level low comes by, then you can see what wind shear that next system is going to bring. This is going to be even stronger. This is going to bring a lot more severe weather. But look at the intensity on the shear as we go through the next set. This is a growing threat, and it is going all the way to the east coast by the mid-Atlantic. Please help alert others, because this is intensifying. You can see that good here when you look at your vorticity. As we go through this first set of storms, you can see that the surface low goes across the Tennessee Valley, and it brings a lot of vorticity. Not a whole bunch, but it brings enough to where you get a tornado threat. You get storms going across the Ohio Valley, not much. But this is what brings your threat. Then as this upper level low goes across southwest, bringing all the storms with it, then this will bring some more vorticity, a lot of thunderstorms. And look, you see all the blue now in the vorticity in these storms. This will be even more serious on the first and the second when this next set of storms come through. It's going to bring a lot of severe weather all the way to the mid-Atlantic with a lot of vorticity in these thunderstorms. This is going to be a strong system, guys, and it is not showing any weakness at all. Now, before I get into your details, give you a look at what it all looks like as it plays out, as all these storms comes through, and the surface low pressure will go right over the Tennessee Valley, bringing all these thunderstorms. Chances for tornadoes. Some heavy flash flooding for the Tennessee Valley. But as that next system comes by the southwest, it brings storms across Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Then it gets a deep trough of cold air. You got all this warm air. You got this high pressure spinning over in the southeast, rotating all this tropical moisture, all these warm temperatures, all these strong dew points, creating these thunderstorms. And it's even worse on the first and the second. Look at these wide spread of storms that happens when this next set of system comes in. This one's going to go to the Ohio Valley, bringing some good strength, bringing a nice front down to the south, and bringing storms all through the first, second, and even possibly the third for the mid-Atlantic. When our next system comes on the first, the second, and the third, you're going to have a long line of sheer strong winds that's going to be creating a lot of rotation and a lot of thunderstorms and all this weather, guys. And it's going all the way from the deep south all the way to Pennsylvania and intercoastal northeast with a strong storm. So it will be a big setup of storms, especially on the second and the third. You see how much stronger it is going to be. The ones we have now is a big threat, and it's not showing too much wind gusts coming with it. It is going to be a lot of thunderstorms, a lot of chance for tornadoes, but it's not bringing a lot of damage and winds. But as that next system comes from the southwest, it brings Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona, western Texas, all in 50, high 50 miles per hour wind gusts, and it is bringing it all the way to the Tennessee Valley and towards the northeast. Then as it comes all the way through, it's going to bring it into the Gulf of Mexico, the Bay of Campeche, off the east coast. It is bringing a lot of winds with that next system, as well as what's happening on the northwest, because you're going to be rinse and repeat again. You're going to be another storm coming on northwest, bringing heavy rainfall for Washington, Oregon, and Northern California once again. And you can see all the moisture getting into the atmosphere, all the dew points raising up to high 70s today, all the way across Texas, all the way to southern Arkansas, covering Louisiana, covering the bottom half of Mississippi, bottom half of Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. Then as it switches to the southeast for tomorrow, it's going to raise up 70 dew points once again and bring all your thunderstorms and your chances for tornadoes, guys. Don't let your guard down. This is not a weak system by far. This is a lot of strength. Now, when you look at your CAPE values, your instability in an atmosphere, you can see how fast it grows very strong, especially for eastern Texas and for Louisiana. Southern Louisiana really gets the worst of the values, the strongest instability. By 11 o'clock and noon, then it's going to start raising even more, especially for southern Louisiana. Now you're over 3,000. A lot of that is in the Gulf of Mexico, but you do have some red for Louisiana. But look how it just covers Texas, southern Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, southern Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida with the worst of it. And you still have a chance for tornadoes in that green as well. The blue is indicative to thunderstorms, but these strong CAPE values, these high dew points going into the atmosphere, is what's creating a severe weather event. As you get into later tonight, then it's going to start relaxing a little bit for Texas and Arkansas and stay in the deep south. Now, this high resolution rapid refresh, we only see 18 hours with this. And you can see how it grows all the way from 3, 4, even 5 out of 10 chance for tornadoes by 9, 10 o'clock this morning. You start getting some really nasty cells with a daytime heating. And look at that right there. That is a very nasty cell, especially for Alabama. There's an 8 out of 10 chance for tornadoes. If you look around 12 and 1 o'clock, you get this really nasty cells that moves across southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana. But look at this right here above northern Mississippi. This is an 8 out of 10 chance for a tornado to come out of that. And it comes all the way to northern Alabama by this afternoon, while all this strong potential energy, all these tornado values raise up from Louisiana over to Mississippi by later on this afternoon. It's a very strong event, guys, and it's getting even stronger, especially right there for this afternoon for northern Mississippi, all the way from 2 p.m. all the way to northern Alabama, all the way to 5 p.m. You have a very strong chance for tornadoes, especially with that area and those cells that's passing through. And our chances to have a supercell, a chance for multiple tornadoes come out of one system, guys, really grows around 11 o'clock and noon for southern Louisiana. But that cell in northern Mississippi has a chance to become a supercell and strengthen up. We're talking about a 22 chance out of 50, guys. This is a big chance for a supercell. It's going to go from northern Mississippi to northern Alabama. That is a big chance, all the way to 5 p.m. So from 2 p.m., really 1 p.m., all the way to 5 p.m., there's a chance for a supercell to go across northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. Just be aware of that. And then later on this afternoon, you get some strong values for southern Mississippi. So this will be an all-day, all-evening event. You can see the storms passing through this morning. This is what we saw in the very beginning, this nasty little cell moving with the convection in it. So it is very strong. It does have a lot of lift in it. Look how strong that is, especially by 3 p.m. So please be aware, this is not a joke for these tornadoes, guys. But this is high resolution rapid refresh. We only see 18 hours. So let's go to the NAM 3K and see a little bit further. Now, when we look with the NAM 3K, the chances for a supercell really grows from 12 to 1 o'clock from Louisiana to Mississippi all afternoon long. And then it does head towards northern Alabama as you go into the later evening into the early morning hours. So early this morning, we have to watch out for a supercell forming up in Louisiana, and as it goes through the afternoon through Mississippi, all evening long as it goes to northern Alabama. There is a good chance for a supercell, guys. You see the Cape values here on the NAM 3K. It does grow all evening long. It starts weakening down, still chances for tornadoes in that dark green, guys, but by 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, it weakens down overnight. And then as you get a daytime heating again for tomorrow, it does bulk right back up all the way to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. About 5, 6 o'clock, it starts going down again with the energy to have very serious thunderstorms. Now, I just want to cover this storm that we have in now and give you an update on the next system. Keep this video nice and short. I want to reach as many people as we can with this information. This is a very serious event, guys. And you can see right here on tornado perimeters, according to NAM 3K, it stretches all the way from Louisiana to southern Arkansas with a 5, almost 6 out of 10 chance for tornadoes, southern Mississippi as you go through early afternoon. As it carries on throughout the day, it strengthens, and this is where that supercell is going to carry from Mississippi to northern Alabama by later tonight. But you can see how strong the values do stay, guys. You lose your chance for tornadoes for Texas, Arkansas by 7 o'clock tonight. Then it's a lot for New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and northern Georgia, and a little bit of eastern Tennessee as well. And it carries over towards western North Carolina by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. When this moves over to the southeast for tomorrow, you can see it stays strong for 1, 2, even a 3 out of 10 chance for tornadoes for Alabama, northern Georgia, upstate South Carolina, even portions of North Carolina. And for tomorrow, the values stay very strong all the way until 7, 8 o'clock at night, especially for upstate South Carolina. So just be aware this system is not only showing strength for today, it's showing strength for tomorrow as well. Plus what's coming after that is going to raise right back up again. That next system is going to be even stronger. You see right here on your shear, starting this morning, that nasty cell we saw with a lot of uplift to it does carry over towards Mississippi and stay nice and strong, getting a lot of shear. Could get a lot of rotation on this one, guys. This is all the way till 10 o'clock this morning. Stretches out for noontime for northern Alabama going into Tennessee, while you get some storms sparking up into Arkansas by early afternoon. Now this carries over until Tennessee, a little bit of eastern Kentucky all night long. You got to watch out for these cells that could be spinning up. This shear will create some of these cells, and this rotation that it gets from these two different wind levels will create your tornadoes. And it does shift towards eastern Tennessee for tomorrow as you go towards South Carolina, North Carolina, northern Georgia. It's going to be a multi-day event, guys. And you can see here on your K index what the chances for the thunderstorms to be, what's in the atmosphere to feed these thunderstorms. You can see all morning long those nasty cells passing from Louisiana towards northern Mississippi, the storms that we had all night and all early morning. But then it grows as you go towards 11 o'clock and noon towards the Tennessee Valley and the south. So there is a chance for thunderstorms later this afternoon also that will carry over towards the mid-Atlantic for tomorrow. So just be aware, once again, this is a multi-day event, guys. You can see that here on reflectivity. You can see that nasty system that goes all the way from Louisiana all the way to northern Mississippi. Then you get the storms by noontime for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, southern Missouri. Not too strong, mostly for Arkansas. But it carries over this afternoon right across Tennessee, right across Kentucky. Not as heavy for Kentucky as it is for Tennessee. Most of the 60s, the dew points, stay out of Kentucky. It stops right around Tennessee. But all these little rogue cells that you see could easily spin up a tornado or two for you, especially overnight hours. Look at this one here going from 1 o'clock in the morning from northern Mississippi, and it weakens as it goes towards northern Alabama, but it starts off very strong. Then as we go towards tomorrow, you can see you do get your storms across Ohio Valley, very light rainfall, very light snow, if any, maybe novelty, and a little bit of ice and freezing rain. But these storms, those go over to the mid-Atlantic for tomorrow morning, southern Virginia, western North Carolina, northern Georgia. You got to watch out for these cells, especially the ones that carry late in the evening right over South Carolina. All these cells going all the way to 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the afternoon are very strong chances for tornadoes, guys. The shear is going to be there, the instability is going to be there, and the different wind speeds at the different levels will be there to rotate these systems. All the way to midnight tomorrow, you got a chance in North Carolina as this pushes through on the first system. And you can see with your lightning flashes that these thunderstorms are going to be some strong storms, especially this afternoon. Once you get into this afternoon, it's going to kick up from Mississippi, going to Alabama with some strong thunderstorms, and then it'll start dying off as we go overnight into the early morning hours, but it'll stay around the south, Mississippi and Alabama mostly. You'll still have storms all night long as it carries towards the southeast for tomorrow. Then when you start tomorrow, you still have lightning storms, especially for 3 p.m. Look at that big Bowen coming out in that one for South Carolina by 4 p.m., and it stretches all the way to the edge of North Carolina. That is a lot of Bowen out coming out with them storms, a lot of lightning, so I still believe there is going to be some wind gusts that we are going to see. I am picking up 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts right there, but that could intensify a little bit more. And then on Friday, as that next storm system comes through, late in the evening Friday night, you start getting a lot of lightning, a lot of thunderstorms for northern Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and it carries all evening long. But look how it intensifies very strong. That's right there is the very first pull of it before it goes on a high ridge, bringing lightning everywhere, all the way from Texas to Arkansas with strong thunderstorms, guys. A lot of lightning in them all night long, early morning into Saturday as it carries to the south and the southeast. Now, as it stretches all the way to Kentucky on the 1st, and then it starts carrying to the southeast by early a.m. on the 1st, you can see it starts going down the Tennessee Valley, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, definitely by noontime. Then it sparks up for Alabama, some more strong storms, a lot of lightning, definitely by Sunday. So you need to watch out for all these storms coming now. And the next set is still showing a lot of strength. And the bad part is it's going to be overnight storms. It's going to be a lot of lightning, a lot of thunderstorms, and chances for tornadoes in the overnight hours, nocturnals. Now, I want to go through just one event at a time, keep this as best as possible and as accurate as possible for y'all. But you can see for the Ohio Valley and the central U.S. that them storms come through later on this afternoon. Not a lot of thunderstorms in it. It's just going to be a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of freezing rain, and a little bit of novelty snow coming through for y'all. Not much. Then they'll transfer to the northeast, not bringing much as well. It's going to be mostly severe weather event. And so far, the wind gust has shown 60, 70, even 80 miles per hour wind gusts for Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, higher elevations. A lot of winds off the coast of the Northwest. But New Mexico, Mexico, and western Texas, I'm showing 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Also, the Gulf of Mexico right off the coast of Mexico in southern Texas, 50 and 60 miles wind gusts, 70 and 80 as you go even lower. But everybody else is going to be in the 30s to the 40 miles per hour wind gusts. Then it gets up to the 50s again as you get towards the mid-Atlantic. The GFS is showing the same thing, except it shows that it will stretch a little bit further into Texas with the 50 miles per hour wind gusts, and it shows that it will start from Arkansas all the way to the mid-Atlantic on 50 miles per hour wind gusts, getting up to 60 for western Virginia. But everybody else should be in the high 30s to low 40 miles per hour wind gusts as this passes through. And just with the first set of storms, not the one on the first, what's happening now until tomorrow is bringing 1 to 2, even 3 inches of rainfall for Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, northern Georgia, where northern Georgia getting a chance for 7 or 8 inches of rainfall, western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee being the hot spot for the rainfall for just the next 2.5 days. But I'll put this link in the description, that way you can zoom in and see your area and exactly who's getting this rainfall, and you can see pretty much who's going to be getting this rainfall, 1, 2, 3 inches. It is all across Tennessee. It is across northern Georgia, northern Alabama, and it don't go too far down Mississippi. Grenada pretty much is where it starts with 1 inch, but it goes right across the northern half of the deep south. Now, ice is very hard to predict because the ground has to be frozen before this precipitation comes down and freezes on contact. According to the M3K, within the next 2.5 days, you could get a tenth or a little bit more of ice For northern Missouri, western Illinois, northern Indiana, a little strip of ice. There's going to be rain underneath this and a little bit of novelty flake snow above this. So there's going to be a little bit of precipitation in Ohio Valley, not a whole bunch. The ice isn't even trending. The rainfall for the next 5 days, according to the Euro, does bring heavy precipitation towards Southern California still, northern Mexico, a lot in Arizona. But look what you got going across Ohio Valley. You got 2, 3, even 4 inches for the southern half of the Ohio Valley as these storms train across. You got heavy precipitation for Alabama, especially central Alabama by Birmingham, very heavy. Northern Georgia, upstate South Carolina, western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, and Kentucky. Everybody's getting in on a lot of rainfall. Virginia as well, Delaware, Maryland, up to a couple of inches. And the GFS sees that it's not going to go as high as Ohio Valley. Matter of fact, all the dew points and the storms kind of predict that right there, that it's not going to be super heavy for the Ohio Valley. But it is going to be heavy for Kentucky, eastern Arkansas, Tennessee, western Virginia, northern Alabama, northern Georgia. Very much hot spot for heavy rainfall. And I do pray for Mayfield and everybody in that area that this does not affect y'all, even though it looks like it's coming y'all way. Now, according to National Weather Service, precipitation in the next 2 days, next 3 days it grows, next 5 days it expands greatly, and the next 7 days it starts coming in on that next system on the northwest. The pink and purple is up to 2 inches. Once you get into that dark red and bright red, you're talking 2 and 3 inches. And even more for that orange and everything else, that's up to 5 to 7 inches of precipitation. That is a lot of rainfall. And this is from National Weather Service. This is going to be very serious, guys. Please take this serious. Please share this video. Please like the video. If you don't use social media, YouTube will suggest it that way. But it does help us reach more people and alert people to what's going on. And I do appreciate your help. Thank you so much. God bless each one of you and your families. I pray you will be safe through all these times. And I do want to pray for protection for you and your loved ones, whether you're a believer or not. Leave it to me. I believe for you. I have love for you all. For years now. Psalm 28. Unto thee will I cry, O Lord my rock. Be not silent to me, lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplications, when I cry unto thee, when I lift up my hands towards thy holy oracle. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Give them according to their deeds, and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. Because they regard not the works of the Lord, nor the operation of his hands. He shall destroy them, and not build them up. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song will I praise him. The Lord is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed. Save thy people, and bless thine inheritance. Feed them also, and lift them up forever. Amen. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today. I pray so hard that y'all share this video. The next storm after this one is going to be even worse. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, all of you that did heed my warning about a week ago. I'm so glad y'all listened, because a lot of y'all are prepared, and I'm so thankful for that. All power, all glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob. And he will protect you. He is your father. My father as well. Pray to him. He loves to answer prayers. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a very blessed day. Have a very safe day. I'll see you in the morning.